All right, well, let's get to the new earnings screen.
Oh my God. Yeah. I have had so many emails with this thing. Oh, now I can't see the receipt. Oh, I don't know how much is Uber taking. Oh, what's going on? I'm like, okay, for everybody who, okay, Uber with upfront prices and destinations went to something much more transparent. Much more transparent when it comes to your earnings and their take rate, according to Uber. It makes my head hurt when I say transparent.
Uber and
So, okay,
transparency are not in the same sentence. Let's be real.
no, they're just not in the same zip code. Um, so what they did was, before, when you finish the trip, you can right away go to the app and see what the passenger paid and figure out your percentage and be pissed off and turn your app off and go to Lyft or go to Doordash or go do something else. You know what I'm saying? So now Uber's, but okay, so to Uber's defense, by the way, not that they need any defending, Lyft has been doing this for 2 years and nobody talks about it because Lyft is the little tree. Nobody cares about it.
It's
But
a little tree that doesn't get
Uber,
enough Uber sun.
yeah, that tree that doesn't get enough sun. So Uber, though, just went to this. Coincidence? I don't know. It happened
James,
about the
yeah,
same.
we'll get to that in a minute, James.
It happened about the same time. Yeah, we're talking about it, James. Watch, pay attention. Class is in session.
No,
So
he's 3 steps ahead. He's 3 steps ahead because he's planning. He's
he's
planning. He's not
playing chess. There you go. I like it. I like it. So anyway, Uber changed the statement. I'm going to do an article with details, but here's the details. So now you cannot see the details of the trip. Now we'll just say fare on your receipt. In order to chase the take rate, if you guys are interested, I mean, what is more popular subject than take rates these days, right? So you have to log in to the Uber website, believe it or not. And then you will be seeing your earnings just like on the third screenshot on the left. For people who are listening on the podcast, I know you guys cannot see it. It's going to do a breakdown of your earnings. It'll say fare, cancellation rate, surge, temporary fuel surcharge, which we're going to talk about that in a minute about good old Lyft again. And then wait time at pickup. Then you have your promotions, Boost, Quest, whatever you had for that week. Then you had your tips. You add all those columns up and you will have your earnings. It says your earnings, $700 in this case. Okay. So there is this part of the website that you look at, and this goes week to week, just like the app used to be, right? You're going to see aggregate totals as opposed to by the way, Chris, they took away the individual trips. Did you know that? You cannot look at receipts at all now.
Not even in the back end?
Not even in the back end. You're gonna see it.
Up.
Yeah, no receipts whatsoever. But you're gonna see it. I put in a screenshot. You'll see it. So that's your earnings part. Pretty self-explanatory, right? Fares, cancellation, surge, whatever. It breaks it down perfectly for you guys. What are you guys anyway, so it gives you the earnings. So the next screenshot, it will say, okay, here it comes. Boom. Now on this one,
as building
on the left screenshot for people who are listening and who can see it, and if you're on your phones, it's kind of small, but that's all best I can do. It says weekly Uber service fee summary. It says this statement shows the total amount Uber service fees left. Service fee meaning basically they're saying that how much money they're making, actually, their take rate, actually. I call it bullshit on that. Anyway, so it says the total customer payments. So the first line item is customer payments. That means total amount of your customers paid in aggregate, not ride by ride, although they do break it down on the right-hand side, of the screenshot, the other one, but we'll get to that in a minute. Now, this customer payments, in this case, in this driver's case, which is me, was $918.57. Okay. Now you take away from that the third-party fees, meaning like airport drop-off fees, LAX charges $4, tolls, right? If you do have tolls. Now the new item for this list, which they did not put on any of the receipts before, it says commercial auto insurance.
With an
So
asterisk.
if you did 50 trips or 80 trips this week, Uber paid or took out of what the customers, Uber did not pay. They took out from what the customer's actually paying for your insurance to be in your car. It is true, you have a commercial policy on period 3, which is phase 3, which is after pickup all the way to drop off with $1 million liability and a $2,500 deductible on comp and collision. Uber paid $172.45 for just this week alone in insurance after collecting that $172.45 premium from the passengers for you. Okay. Then they deduct your earnings, which was explained on the previous page, which was $705. So Uber says out of $918.57 they collected, they only made $29.36. Where is the 50%, people? It's not there, right? Now, however, if you don't believe Uber is paying $172.45 for your insurance, or passengers are, that's a different story. But this is the new breakdown. This is the new statement. I think it's pretty decent, honestly, because we made a video, popular video. We talked about it. DK on the interview said, well, we prefer just to make 20% because our insurance premiums have gone through the roof, blah, 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 blah. Well, here it is. Now they're breaking it down, $170.40.
Well, now let's go back to our Uber math, where you get the nickel and dime back. And then just imagine that $29.36 becomes $29.41, $30.07.
I mean, I think it's pretty clear. So there is no more individual trips. And the last page of the statement, it goes into individual trips, right? It goes your earnings, right? Whatever you made, which is clear, right? Everybody understand that. And, and then it keeps a balance. So even if you click on those individual trips, Chris, it doesn't give you what the passenger paid.
Yeah, I gotta check this, because they said that the individual fare was supposed to still be accessible in your on the website, not on the app, on the website. I'll log into the app to double check this.
By the way, I in fact went yesterday and checked it. On Uber Eats, by the way, because we don't have Uber Eats drivers, hello Uber Eats and DoorDash and all those people, you guys don't even have commercial insurance, by the way. You guys figured that out, right? When you're doing deliveries. So on my last week's, which I did a few deliveries, there was none of this breakdown, by the way. It was just fares, tips, and there was nothing else. That was it. There was no breakdown like this. This is for RideShare. This is how the screen is going to look. If you're only doing deliveries, you're not even going to get this. You're just going to get 2 blank numbers, which is your fares, your tips, your totals. And there is no aggregate of passenger paid, by the way, either on deliveries, believe it or not. It's like a total blank screen. So I'm like, okay, obviously that's more transparency, isn't it? I mean, it's super transparent.
It's more in certain circumstances and less in others. But I mean, the one thing that's good about the transaction is, I mean, believe it or not, I mean, at least they show you that is kind of a big thing, like the auto insurance, like the policy and all that. That is a big expense. Let's be real. And actually being able to see what that is versus, just the take itself. So instead you'd see like 918 and then Uber take, you'd see, 200 and something dollars. And then you'd look at that and say 705 to 200. That's not the best, but, yeah. All right. Thanks for watching. That short little clip was from our live stream, Show Me the Money Club with Sergio and myself. Tuesdays, 6 p.m. Eastern, 3 p.m. Pacific. Make sure you subscribe, turn on all notifications so you'll be notified when we go live, as well as all of our awesome content. Make sure to check out this video right here, which will take you to the entire live stream, or check out this video right there. All right, drive smart, everyone.